guys. 1 minute, then we'll begin. Good morning. Wow. Time to go over. A time to go over a short point. I'm going to put a ton of questions. Boom. Like a coffee can. Huh? You got cans. I do. All right. I'm finally feeling better over this cold. It took like 2 weeks, man, for this. Kind of crazy. Now you playing on this. Really really want to let super late because I was trading real late. But you want to make sure you don't want to be up in the community. You can't hear me? Really? Can you hear me? Music's still going? It's more. Hold on. Pause the music. Can you hear me now? How about now? Can you hear me? How about now? Hello? Yay. Yay. You got to bust balls this early in the morning? Come on, guys, work with me. We got it? Yay. Bring the mic closer. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? Better? Hold on. Is that the right mic on? Yeah, that mic's on. Is this better? How about that? Is that better? All right, you can hear now? All right, good. Oh, that only took 12 minutes to set up for this morning. That's not a freaking nightmare. Okay. All right. I'm aware. I'm aware, guys. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's part of the charm of the morning. Yeah, I'll start over, dude. So first and foremost, one of the things I was saying is that if you do not get this newsletter, please get it. It comes out daily. It's free. I'm just going to pop it in the comments right there. And then I will star it. I don't know what that's going to do if I star it. Well, I know you're charmed. I know you are, Mary. You just want to see that guy without his pants again. I'll see if I can find him. Work him in here. But like, I got to figure this out. I got to dial this in early in the morning. We're bonding, but happy Friday, man. Happy Friday. Let's see if I can find that guy. Where is that guy without his pants? Everyone say good morning to Mary. Where is that guy? I think you really have to watch this save story. I think people have the save story very wrong. There he is. Is this the one? There's the one with that. There he is. There's the one with no pants. Someone just gave him like some YMCA boots. That makes me really, really uncomfortable. And this one's better. This one, the guy has pants on. Right? I like this one better, but Mary's prone to that one. So, all right, let's get on with the day. You're going to have to really look into this story. A lot of people don't understand this a lot, and I would really want to pay attention to it if I was you. There's a lot of money that's going to be made in that story, guys. A lot of money that's going to be made in that story. So I would certainly pay attention to it. I would not sleep on that story at all. You're trading under book value. They're coming out, like, go look at what book value is on this company. They're coming out and saying they still want the merger. If you're in the community, you know we're long. You know we've been long. You know we were short. We went long yesterday when the news changed. There's some things here that I want to hammer home on this trade so people understand what's actually happening. The rumor was that they were going to get rid of their, they were going to, I have more ambiance. Oh, the ambiance died. All right. Sorry. We're going to have to deal with just one green light today. So the deal is that the book value of the company, you can run this on finviz.com or any site that you want. Okay. The book value is like 60 cents on the dollar right now. So you're literally buying the 60 cents on the dollar. And what people are saying is, but, oh, you still have to deal with, all that debt. You finance the debt, right? When you own when you owe the company or the bank $1 million, the bank owns you. When you own the bank $1 billion, you own the bank. And that's what you have to say. Yeah, I got to get that brighter, the ticker, it's SAVE. That's the watermark. And this is the AGX watermark. There's the style, inputs, title, tab, title, color. That might do it. Let's see what that does. That didn't do anything. I should be able to fix that on here. Tile color, tile letters, subtitle color. Subtitle color. Keep changing these colors. There it is. Boom. Who's a winner? I am. Who can do stuff? I can. All right. So you have a company trading 66 cents on the dollar. People thought yesterday that the company was going to restructure the entire organization because they're bleeding money. Like they literally are bleeding money from every orifice. But what's happening is they're restructuring the debt, and they have leverage to restructure the debt. So people are going to restructure their debt. They're going to agree to that, right? You're getting 40 cents, you're getting 40% on the bonds. They're going to go to them and say, hey, your bonds are trading at 40 cents. We want to kick you out 5 years, extend the duration, extend the coupon even better. It'll make the bonds worth 60 cents. You mark them up in your fund marks them up. Your LPs are happy, meaning your investors are happy. We get some breathing room to figure out what the heck we're going to do here. And everyone just goes, okay. But the lawyer's got to get paid. So this takes 6 months to figure out, right? All right. So that's the kind of nonsense you're dealing with. All you need is JetBlue to come out and issue a statement now. Then we're going through with the merger and we disagree with what you're saying. Hey, good morning, Karen. And we disagree with what you're saying and we're going to go ahead with the merger, but this is going to cost a lot of money. So we're thinking $12 now instead of 16. And we talk to Delta or Hawaiian Air or whoever, and they're going to pick up these 4 routes that this judge was concerned about. Boom, done. Company gets split into a couple pieces, doesn't get taken out at 16, gets taken out at 12. Something like that will happen. This will take a long time to play out. What you want to do is when you actually want to trade the antithesis of what's happening, right? So this is a very different kind of trade because it's more of a valuation trade. So when everybody thinks it's going to 0, you want to buy it, right? When everybody thinks that it's going to 10 or 12, you want to sell it. So like if you're fortunate enough to be in this trade, you have to ask yourself right now, and there's a lot to cover and I'm going to get to it, but let's just get through this so you get it. So you want to watch that 869 level. That's definitely a level to watch. You're going to want to watch right in here, this 780 level. I'm off there. Give me a second. I'm off there. 792, apologies. So you're going to want to watch that 792 level this morning. Really? You're not going to give it to me? 792. All right. So you want to watch these levels because they're the levels that you have an initial break. This is the level that you closed at when the news hit. So that's going to be a very critical level for the people that were there. All right. And then you have this support becomes what? Resistance. Okay. There are your 2 levels on the day. That's what you want to watch, right? Got it. All right. That's one trade, and that's how I would look at it. If I was Alaskan Air and I was long this and I sold this at a loss, I think I sold it. I think I took $1 loss or 70-cent loss on this. I thought for sure this was going to go through, this HA deal. I would be very concerned about this deal if I was on the other side of it right now, because I don't know that Alaskan Air is going to want to go through this for 2 years watching what these guys just went through. I'm not so sure that they're going to want to do that. So you could see some volatility here. Now, what might happen with this is you might hear that the deal is not going to go through, and then it gaps down one day like it did here, and then you're getting paid for the risk. And that might be a more interesting spot to try to get up in the trade, let it trade up, marry a put to it, and leave it on for 3 months and see what happens. So you might want to keep this one on your radar because Hawaiian is going to get bought by Alaskan. I bought this the day it happened because I love these kinds of deals, because they usually go through, but you want to watch how that plays out. All right. Yeah. Save's going to have a great day. I mean, they're going to just have a great day. A couple things that really go over to really hammer home today. This AI theme, everyone's watching this pre-market and saying, oh, it's selling down. It's doing this. It's doing that. Look, they just beat their net income on the quarter by 40%. Net revenue, their projections were just beat by 40%, right? Like it doesn't get any better than this, guys. This is from Bloomberg. Pardon me. It doesn't get any better than this. You were supposed to earn 455, you're earning 555. You're supposed to earn 282, you're earning 365. So like, why? Like sometimes you just have to make it easy, right, on yourself. Like, why do you want to be the guy that thinks that the companies that are coming out crushing earnings are not going to keep going higher? You know, like if you're a day trader, you have to figure out like who you are, right? Like if you're a day trader, I get it. You're looking 311, 343, the ATR skewed. You're like, I don't want to play that game. And that's fine. But if you're like a swing trader or you're a long-term investor, maybe just buy the company that keep coming out crushing and beating earnings and just get on with your life. Like, right? You just kind of have to think about it from that perspective. Like, do you really want to be that guy that's out there scalping every single trade? We do a lot of day trading on this channel and in this room. It's probably 25 to 35% of what I do, candidly. But anyway, keep that in mind. So if SMCI is going to be good, You're going to see NVIDIA, and that's how it's pronounced. I talked to investor relations. That's a joke. But another all-time high. AMD benefits, okay? Could you have a blow off and then come back down and curl? Yeah. And you can play those, right? Like you have to think about it this way. What edge do you have this morning? Right? You don't have any edge. So then you have to kind of go back and say, okay, well, who had edge? Well, when Lisa spoke here, the CEO, and she spoke, there was edge in that trade. When KeyBank came out and said AMD is going to crush, there was edge in that trade, right? So now you have to go back and look at this and go, I really have to go to the channel page. Click alerts. Click all the alerts, all notifications. If you don't click all notifications on this channel, I can't help you, because all the videos come out at different times. Every single video that I post Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they come out at different times. I didn't get last night's video out to 8:39 because I had 3 coaching calls, a conference call. I had to do the newsletter, and then I was trading through all that. And then after I did that, then I got that out, and I had to redo portion of it because of SMCI. So like I would always click all notifications because I mean, you guys are watching these pre-markets, you know, like by the time this stuff really starts. Anyway, but I would do that because even Saturday's video, I try and do 9 o'clock, but sometimes, you know, it runs late because I see a different portion and then I want to tweak the portion so that it's the best possible way. So for everybody. And anyway, so AMD, where's the edge? The edge right now, this is where your edge is. Everybody needs to watch this guy at KeyBank and start watching what he's saying about semiconductors, because he's the one that told you that this was going to happen on Taiwan Semi. He's the one that said it. He said it not like Taiwan Semi is going to do this, but he's the one that said AMD and NVIDIA, the way that my channel checks are showing up, they're going to beat significantly. And he upgraded AMD, NVIDIA, Marvel, right? He upgraded all these, Micron, all of these names before Taiwan Semi, and we all caught on. So there's edge and understanding what that guy thinks. And this is the cycle that happens with research. And we'll get into more of what's going to happen for today, but I want people to get this concept. The acts in these names, I mean, who actually moves the market, that changes, guys. So there are people that get hungry and there are people that get lazy, right? Like Goldman was telling people ahead of this, like, hey, UMC, it's not looking too good. Taiwan Semi, you know, they might have some issues because they're going to rotate the client base. Very different than the guy at KeyBank that came out and outlaid his entire thesis. So one guy is the axe right now, and that's the guy that you want to watch. There are times when you find those kinds of guys and you want to pay attention. Like people still to this day watch Dan Niles. He's very different now than he was when he was at a brokerage firm. Like how in-depth he was, it's a very different kind of style now. And that could just be because of the amount of wealth that he's created for himself. He's a sickly brilliant guy. But back in the day, there were certain people that you just listened to because they were that plugged in. They were that dialed into what they did. You did not want to like guess them. He's one of that guy, KeyBank's dialed in. So I would look for those names. I'd watch guys like AVGO today and see how they act as well and go from there. Apple, that upgrade and the amount of movement that you had, the only thing I would say about that, I'm not going to change all these for now, guys. But what I would say about that right here is I would pay attention very closely to how you're above the 55. Anything that gets above the 55, I'd start paying attention to. The other thing that I would really suggest that you guys pay attention to, hold on that, see what I look like on here. The other thing that I would strongly suggest that you pay attention, that's pinned that comment, it's my comment, I get to pin it, yay. That I would pay attention to is this. Anything that's starting to get above the 55, I'd start paying attention to. Anything like that. All right. This IRBT, you're completely blowing up today. I don't know that these guys are going to walk away from the deal. I don't know that Amazon's going to walk away from the deal. Let's say that Amazon does walk away from the deal. And they're like, you know, because that's the problem with Amazon and the antitrust. Vacuum cleaners, right? That's what we have to really worry about, the vacuum cleaner business. That's how they're going to get us, through the vacuum cleaners. I mean, it's freaking exhausting. It's almost like an episode of South Park sometimes when you watch these guys that, you know what, never mind. But like, here's where you're at, right? This morning, you're back a decade and you're still doing $1 billion a year. And you're at half the value when this deal was announced. and you're lower than the pandemic. The reason for this is because you have all these guys in there. Pardon me. You have all these guys in there, right? And all these guys are doing one thing. They're all doing arb trades, and their arb trade blew up, so they have to blow out of it. You hit a point where you get capitulation on these kinds of deals. And when you get that capitulation, you want to be a buyer. So I would not sleep on this. I was going through it last night. I looked at it at $14. I mean, you can see my level I just drew there, right? I mean, you can say what you want about me, but I can draw a level. So you want to see that, but just watch that right now. All right, I pay very close attention to that. You will get your at the high, but followed by, yeah, I don't know how that's going to happen. So I have no idea how you would think that the market's going to go up and then down. I'm just trying to get through the day. I'm not that smart. I can go through a lot of names right now. I can go through the S&P. You're above everything, you know it. I can talk about the bond market. The one thing that I would just tell you, that if I could give you one thing that you could take away today, you really want to stay away from Bitcoin right now. Okay, you have the guys that wanted to get control of Bitcoin now have control of Bitcoin. So until they figure out what level it's going to go to, right? I mean, I'm not going to go into too much here. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow, I think, if I have the time. But you took the most anti-establishment object and we cheered for them to turn it into an ETF. And they did. And now they're in control of it. And people don't understand why it dropped 20%. All they want to do is profit from it. They're not doing it so that it can be this anti-establishment dollar, right? I mean, people need to get this. They'll figure it out. But these names you need to watch because they're toast. We're short coin. I hope it trades up so I can short more coin. I'm short Mara. I hope it trades up so I can short more Mara. I mean, these things are, they're toast. They're absolutely toast. There's zero reason to have a Coinbase account. Zero. So let's get to it. Yeah, I saw another flight. They caught fire. So let's get to it. Let's get to these questions here. It's what I got. Very small index pre-market. ARM looks great. I have a long-term position in ARM. I've done nothing with. I'll be very candid. I am adding to the position this morning. You can see it, right? To the reverse double horns. See it? Okay. And then you're flipping. You flipped yesterday. You're going to get a confirm this morning off the open. So I will add on that. But I'm looking very long-term on that trade. ASML is going to be a beast. So the one thing that I was trying to allude to yesterday, and someone was asking me questions about it, and I haven't had time to really dive into the answers. China does not come out and say what they're doing. If you really, really go through what was said and how it was laid out yesterday, China's opening up their own foundries, at least three. And all these parts from semiconductor capital equipment manufacturers, the demand that we thought is out there is significantly higher. Do with that what you will. Okay, do with that what you will. ARM has a relationship, no matter how you want to say it, ARM has a relationship with China. It was one of the big reasons why NVIDIA was given such a hard time in buying ARM. So I like ARM here. You know, I'll leave it at that. SOXL, I actually bought this last night. The parts, I know that I was trying to explain to guys yesterday that the parts that are actually in SMCI are actually in the SOX. People were saying that SMCI is not in the SOX. I understand that. The parts that go into an SMCI machine are in the SOX, therefore the SOX will go higher, right? Just makes sense. All right. So where am I going with this? When you look at something like this, what we need to do in looking at this is just say, okay, well, how does this help us? I'll tell you how it helps us. For us, all we want to do is just look at this and say, well, how is this going to help me? I don't see how this isn't going higher. I actually sold it last night. I bought it at 405 or whatever when it was flat. It made no sense that this was flat yesterday. 0 cents to me. Traded up. I made 50, 60 cents. I blew it out and I rolled it into SMCI because I want to be in very specific names this morning. I'll get more into that later, but I might not have time. But this thing's going to be a beast. I mean, what I would do is I'd watch the high right here. And if I don't flip it, maybe you see if you get the gap fill back down and then the retest. You're getting a lot of retests, guys, during the day. Go look at the stocks that you bought yesterday and see if you could have got a retest on it. Thanks. It's funny. We have a lot of people in the room. It's funny you say that. We have a lot of people in the room that are getting their MBAs at Ivy League schools that are actually in the community. And they say that all the time. They're like, we got a couple guys that are in a PhD program in Princeton, and they're actually in the room and they're saying, we're learning more here than getting the PhD. You know, that's anywhere. It doesn't matter. Like, it's application, right? Application versus information. Same thing. But I appreciate it, Alexander. Marvel looks great, dude. Nothing to say. What's up, Mr. Z? It's one trade. It's one trade in one sector, right? Right, Darwin? It's one trade in one sector. It doesn't fix the Red Sea issue. It's one trade in one sector, AI. And it's going to be very concentrated. IBM's there. You know, we have a software engineer, or I'm sorry, I have a semiconductor like engineer in the room. We've got a couple of them, but one guy was telling me straight out that the one play for AI that no one's paying attention to is IBM. And I haven't really had time to talk to the gentleman about it, but he's extremely he's on point. Like, he knows what he's talking about. And I don't get it yet. I have to understand it, but he was saying that. And I think there's something to what he's saying. He actually published a note. He wanted to publish a paper in the room. I think he did. I don't know if he published it yet, but he should publish it. That was really well done. But I would not sleep on this. There's something going on here. All the IGV names, right? Look at IGV. All you have to do is get through 410. Look at this weekly chart. I mean, look at this. Go through all the IGV names. They're going to do huge build outs, guys. Like, the build outs that you're going to see are going to rival anything that you saw in 99, 2000. See, in 99, 2000, you had to go out there and do secondaries, raise debt to do these build outs, right? Go listen to that guy I sent this like 2 months ago. There's a Bloomberg pre-market. They did this thing where they had the head of JP Morgan Asset Management, and he was doing the comparison. He's much more eloquent than I am. And he was doing the comparison between 99 and now, or 98, 97 and now, and the differences. And the major difference, I'll just save you it, but if you could find it, it's sometime in November. I published it in one of the videos. I'll see if I can find it. He actually goes into it and explains, like, back then they had to raise capital to buy telecom equipment. Now you have Google, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon. These companies just print cash. So when do they stop buying? When it stops becoming profitable for them to buy. It's a very different model. I really do think you're in the first inning. Like, I make a joke about it all the time, but I do think NVIDIA is going to be bigger than Apple. I'm going to take some questions. Can you call Warren, tell him to buy more Oxy? It takes time, brother. I'm in there, though. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. You're overthinking it, dude. You're overthinking it. You're way overthinking it. I'll tell you this. So, like, look, I'll tell you this. I'm long. This is exactly how I measured it out. I'll show you exactly what I did. I came to here, right? And then on the video, then I came to here. Okay, hold on. Let me find it right there. Okay. And what I did, I don't even think I used that. I'm sorry. I think I used this. And what I did, I have to figure out where I was. Hold on. There it is. There it is. And I said, you're going to get to 75 and then you're going to stop. So what I was doing was I was taking this, and then I didn't take this breakout. I wanted to take that low right there. That's what I did. This low right here on the daily chart's where I wanted to be. So I took that low on the daily chart, this high, and this range, and I measured it out. I came up to like 575. I have to see exactly how I did it here. I'll tell you in a moment, because I didn't do that little doji. I did like right on that. There was like a bar right in there where I opened and closed, and it did that a couple of times. I took that, but it got me to 575 around there, right? And you're basically in a range when you do this. That was my count. So we bought this at 501. It hit our target yesterday, 575. I said trim. Look, this can go a lot higher, like a lot higher. And people need to start wrapping their head around these things. Instead of saying, how much higher can it go? Why don't you try to figure out why it's going higher and why people are buying it, right? I mean, that's really what you guys should be trying to figure out. You should really be looking at the fundamental leg of the stool and what's going on here. I'm just going to take some questions because I'm behind, guys. Happy snow day. I'm in Miami, brother. I don't even know. I saw snow. I'm up at 5 every morning, every AM, brother. Have a good weekend, Tom. 5 AM, trying to get like you. Music stopped. Music can't hear me, kill the music. Not right now, I can't, Billy. It's blocking my comments. Music still playing, can't hear you. NQ breaking out. NQ looks great. Turn the music off. I don't know, what's this? Is this someone yelling at me? I got some stars. Are stars good, or is that I'm not that hip. I don't know. Carlos made the music, dude. I'm going to keep playing it till we get better music. I could sing for you in the morning. They like it in the room when I sing. That's not even extra. That's just included. What else we got here? Anything else I got to hit? Dude, I'm dying. All right, I'll get better. I can get better. Could you do a video on how to correlate? I'm going to go over it in great detail tomorrow. If you're in the room, I'm going to do it in the educational class tomorrow. I really want to hammer this home. Yeah, it's funny. I just was actually talking to a guy. I have friends that have like huge channels, like over 1 million subscribers, like really big on the internet. I was just talking to a guy at a conference call the other day. And he was trying to explain it to me, like what I should be doing. And he's a really smart guy, like really smart guy. He was explaining it. I have to be real careful because I need to keep the content as the content. And I like the specificity of the content, right? Like, so I don't want to go broad. I just want to keep going deep. No pants. Bro, you're watching that a little too close for my comfort in the morning. You're watching those pants. Not that there's anything wrong with that, Michael. What's up, Gemma? It's a kilt, dude. I wear a kilt. BMY, looks at BMY. Trying to get to some questions here. I mean, you need to know what you're doing there, dude. Like, you really need to understand that. I'm not in that wheelhouse. I'm not that smart to pick that bottom. I'm just not. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not that smart to buy this going into earnings. I should be able to see it now. Yeah, hit notifications. What's up, Sneak? What's up, Jacob? You usually got great ideas. Annette is just a beast. Annette's going to keep going. Annette's in JP Morgan's top AI names. I have to do more work on why. We got a bunch of people playing med devices. I think it's, what is that? IHI, is that it? Yeah, look at this. Like, this keeps hitting my radar. When I do this, like, I have a 40 sectors. Hold on, brother. Let me show you this. So I run this, like, it's 40 different sectors, right? I run this so I can see what's up, what's not, and I'll do it like on a minute chart, right? And then I can just kind of go through it, see who's up at what time and how it changes during the day. The med device names, for whatever reason, are all over the place. Like, they're constantly hitting that run. So yeah, I would not sleep on those names, and they just crushed, right? And then you look at it since it crushed, like, here, look at this. Look at it since it crushed. What's it doing? Like, pre-announces, sideways, boom, now it just goes higher. Like, there's very little to say there, man. Very little to say. Boeing's got issues. What about Nucor short? You could. Do you really want to be shorting that here? Depends what happens with oil, right? I think this iRobot is grossly overdone. I just have a lot going on this morning, guys. Like, I have a lot going on, but I looked at this last night at $14. I just didn't get the sell-off. Like, I get it where people have like I've had enough. I want out, right? I got it. I get it. I don't know, man. I mean, it really, like, this is a real simple trade this morning. Like, it's not a very difficult trade at all. I mean, you can see the flag building, right? Like, you should be able to see this. I mean, that's not rocket science. Like, where your entry is and your stop. I mean, you're in there for 60 cents if you want to do it. You You try it. It works or it doesn't. On to the next one. Yeah, I got to jump, John. I'm aware. I'm behind. And then I had music going, so I'm trying to stay a little bit later. Intel, I've been dead wrong about. I think there's better names. Yeah, learn by doing. Agreed. I can't get into all that. It's on the spreadsheet. Aren't you in the room? It's on the spreadsheet. Well, not all of it. Johnny Gems is in the foxhole. I like the music. I appreciate Carlos making it. I like biotech a lot. The easy money's been made. Where's JPN? I think my content is the best on the interwebs. I don't know what that is. I couldn't have any opinion on that. What do you have me looking at? Japan Topex? I would just look at EWJ. I was just looking at a chart by Goldman today. Let me see if I can find it. Look at this. I was just looking at this by Goldman today. I thought this was fascinating. Look at the Nikkei versus China. China. But look at the difference. Isn't that crazy? Short China, long Japan, easiest trade in the world, right? It's crazy what hindsight does, isn't it? How easy hindsight is. GRTS. What's up, Ken? I'm gonna have to jump, guys. I don't know, man. You keep getting to that level and rejection, right? I mean, how many times are you going to get Matumbo'd up there? Right? No. I don't know. I mean, that would be my level. That'd be my concern. Oh, JP Morgan did a 140-page paper on it. Yeah, it's pretty intense. It's actually really very well done. Number one data, and that is the number one data center, switching equipment and software. Okay, well, there you go. That's why. Okay. I got to jump, guys. Super late. Trade to win. Have a great weekend. I'll try to get better.